Hello everyone, I am Hers. In the previous video, we learned about routing and iAction result in ASP.NET Core Web API and how requests are mapped to actions. In today's video, we will understand model binding. I will explain how ASP.NET Core automatically binds data to action parameters and also how we can control model binding using attributes like FromQuery, FromRoute, FromBody. By the end of this video, you will clearly know how data flows from the request into your action method and how to control it when needed. Let's get started. Let's first understand what is model binding. Model binding in ASP.NET Core is a process that takes data from various parts of HTTP requests and maps it to parameters in your action methods. In previous video, we saw this ID is mapped to this ID. If you want to pass the parameter here, that also we can pass, it will bind automatically. Like I want to pass string name. And here I will use this name. Let's run and see. Let it run first. We'll say no. Now it is running. I will refresh this page. Here I am passing the parameter in the add method, which is routing to users. This parameter will bind to the query parameter. We can see it here. We'll go to this user, click on test. You can see in the query parameters we have name. Here I can pass my name first and I will send it, and we can see user added from control API the name what we are passing in our method parameter, which is automatically binded to our query parameter. While the framework provides automatic discovery, but using explicit attribute improves code readability and prevent runtime error. We have some attribute using which we can achieve the model binding. This I want to pass as a body, so for that we have the attribute FromBody. Reload this page, click on test result. Here in the request body I will pass as hers. Here I have selected JSON, so we have to pass as JSON. For that we have to add this curly braces. Let's send it. We are getting the error here. What is the error? Name, the parameter name, like name, then colon. Let's remove it. We are getting the error, the JSON value could not be converted to system string. The name field is required. So what we have to do here, we will create one class. I will add one folder. I will stop the application first, then I will rename it to models, and I will add one class. I will say users. In this class I will create the property of type string and then name. So now we can pass this class here. We can access the user.name. Let's run. Now it is running. Let's refresh this page. Click on test request, then pass the name. Here if you observe, we already have the JSON format with the name, and we will pass the name, and this time we are getting the response. Here we need to pass the object which can be converted to the JSON. Usually we use the object where we have all the field so that it will be converted to the JSON. That's why we are passing the object here. Try to test this API, we will get the request body format. Currently we have only name field. Let's add some more field. It will come there. Let's add ID. Reload it. Click on test. You can see ID is there. You can set any value. Like this, we can use FromBody attribute to pass the request body to the action. So in the similar way, we have FromQuery, which takes data from the query string of the URL. The query string is the part of URL that comes after the question marks. Let me show you with the example. Here to update it, I want to send it like this. I will not send in route. What I will do here, I will use here FromQuery, and then here I will say int ID, and to update we need the body like what we want to update to the user. So this time I will pass the user object to update it as a request body. So here we are using two attributes, FromQuery and FromBody, and here I will add the string interpolation operator, and I will show the ID as well as the username, user.name. As we change the signature of action, so we have to rerun it. And now if we reload this page, we can see we have one put method. If we click on test, here we can see query parameter is ID and the request body is the user object. Here I can pass name and here I will pass ID. Click on send. You can see the ID and the name. This comes from the request body and the ID come from the query parameter. If you see the actual URL here, localhost, then port, then the controller name, then users, our endpoint, then question mark, and then ID equal to 12. This is how the FromQuery attribute will work. Now we will see the FromRoute. What it does, it takes data from the route. As we already saw here, we are passing the ID, but in this case, both should be similar. Let's change this to name, or let me add here user ID. Let's return it. This is get user. Let's go to the scalar. This is our API. Let's test the request. And here let's pass the value and click on send. We are getting 0 because it is not binded with this ID. So if you want to use like this, then for that we have FromRoute attribute, and here we have to specify the name which we want to bind to ID. So in this case we have user ID. So we will assign this user ID to the name. Now let's rerun it. Refresh this page. Let's try to test it. I will pass 100. Click on send. We can see we are getting this. Because we are using the FromRoute, so it will map this user ID with this ID. Otherwise, if we don't use FromRoute, then both should be similar. I hope you learn what is model binding and how we use the attribute to achieve the model binding. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, let's subscribe this channel and share this with your friends.